Scoot Henderson was supposed to be a generational talent, but he's been the most disappointing rookie in the NBA, scoring 9 points a game on 22% from three. We haven't even seen one great highlight. What happened to the young athletic Westbrook? You could say he's on a bad team all you want, but what's Victor Wembanyama's excuse? Wemby still drops amazing plays, like denying Trae Young under the basket, losing 14 in a row. That's a bad team. Now Scoot has been benched, but if you haven't watched him closely this year, we will look at why he's been so bad. And if someone mentions bust, do they have a point? Scoot took a huge gamble signing with the G League Ignite at just 17 years old. A player must be 19 to enter the NBA draft, so Scoot committed for 2 years, $1 million. A good deal, but why doesn't every elite teenager do that? Because the Ignite can be a horrible place to prep for the NBA. Unlike college, the Ignite play in front of practically no one in meaningless games. Look at players like Chet Holmgren or Paolo Banchero who face packed arenas for powerhouse college programs. And if Paolo or Chet sucked for their team, they'd get benched because the coach would be worried about his job. But the Ignite is run by the NBA. Their only goal is to make their players top picks. So if they suck, give the kid more minutes, more opportunity to show flashes, whatever that means. But first, today's video is sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. I have been playing Underdog pretty much every night, and it is a lot of fun, especially for the in-season tournament. My favorite game is called Pick'em. You just pick higher or lower for your favorite players. You can up to 20x your money in a single night, but you are guaranteed to have more fun watching that game. Look at this map. This is where Underdog Fantasy is available. However, they have a new game called Pick'em Champions for 4 states that don't have regular Pick'em: Alabama, Wyoming, Tennessee, and Mississippi. It works just like regular Pick'em. Go check it out. But I want to give you my 2 picks for tonight. First up is Nikola Jokic. We're going to go higher on 9.5 assists. He has had double-digit assist halves recently. Second is Joel Embiid, points, rebounds, and assists. We're gonna go higher. The only concern is a blowout against the Wizards, but he should hit it. And best of luck if you're following those. If tonight is your first time playing, use promo code AMHOOPS. It really helps the channel, and you double your first deposit up to $100. The Ignite is still super new and can't afford to have guys sign as top picks, but then see their draft stock fall. It could ruin the entire G League. Before Scoot, the top 2 Ignite players drafted were Jalen Green and Jonathan Kuminga. Green already has been passed up by Alperen Şengün as the Rockets' #1. Kuminga has yet to break out in Golden State. Is Scoot another example of an overhyped Ignite player? I'm not saying that's the case, but if he ends up being like that, people will point to the G League decision and say it was a problem. It reminds you of Imani Bates. He was actually ranked higher than Scoot in the same class of 2021. Bates had all the physical tools, made scouts go wow, just like Scoot. But when he got to college and played serious, meaningful games, Imani fell off. His first 9 games, scored 11 points on 39% shooting. So what happened? He got benched. It was so much real-world adversity, he transferred schools and dropped to the second round. What happened to Scoot? He scored 14 points on 17% from 3, but got even more minutes the next year. Oh, he was great against Wembanyama's French team for 2 games. Remember that. But those are exhibition games. No defense is being played. There's no pressure. It means nothing. It's not the NCAA tournament with legacies on the line. So Scoot plays for 2 years in meaningless games with no one watching, and we're shocked he sucks when the spotlight actually turns on. Maybe that is why the Hornets passed on him for Brandon Miller. Not only is Miller a 6'9" wing with like a 7-foot wingspan, he set the Alabama school record for most points as a freshman. Plus, Charlotte already had LaMelo Ball at guard. But when they picked Miller at #2, people hated it. Brandon and they hated on it. Michael Jordan leaves his final stamp of incompetence by drafting Miller over Scoot. But now, looks like they made the right pick. Miller is averaging 14 points on 46% from the field, 38% from 3, which is great. But recently, he has been heating up. The rookie dropped 29 points against the Knicks in just 34 minutes. The only other rookies to do that so far, Victor Wembanyama and Chet Holmgren. That's it. The key in this stretch for him has been three-point shooting. His last 6 games, Miller is shooting 53% from deep, 91% from the line. Exactly what they wanted to pair with LaMelo. Someone who can stretch the floor and defend on the wing. And now the Hornets rebuild will be around LaMelo if he can stay healthy, Miller, and center Mark Williams. The Blazers rebuild will be set back years if they blew this pick. But Scoot isn't even close to being called a bust yet. The toughest position in sports is the one he plays, rookie point guard. They have so much more responsibility than big men or wings. Point guards are supposed to understand the game and make quick decisions in the toughest league in the world. Big men can rely on their size and their strength. Point guards need high IQ. That's why if you're a freak athlete like Scoot, well, that only goes so far. A recent example was Darius Garland from the Cavaliers. They took him 5th overall, but he was a disaster. Not only did he score 12 points and 4 assists on 40% from the field, the advanced stats guaranteed he was a bust. Last in win shares, value over replacement, and real plus minus. Oh, not last among rookies. Last in the entire NBA. Statistically, the worst player alive. But his teammate Tristan Thompson said, Darius has the shot and feel for the game. He'll be just fine. He has potential to be that guy in our league, young Dame. The worst player in the NBA? But he was right. 2 years after that statement, Darius Garland made the All-Star team. An old school example is John Stockton, drafted in '84, booed by Jazz fans. They already had an All-Star point guard. What do they need this kid for? So he was a backup for 3 years, 6 points, 5 assists as a rookie, but he won the starting job in 1988 and led the NBA with 14 assists per game. Even the all-time assist leader needed some time to learn the position as a rookie point guard. So let's look at Scoot. I picked one game, somewhat recent, so he's had time to settle in, against the Bucks and Dame, the guy he replaced, so you know there's pressure. You see bad moments, like missing an open layup, which he has trouble with, or taking a contested mid-range jumper early in the shot clock. Horrible decision, but a lot of good. In transition, great vision to see DeAndre Ayton for the oop who gets fouled. Draws the double team, passes to a wide open 3 that misses the rim. Or drives baseline, passes out of a triple team to a wide open 3, which also misses, which means those didn't show up in the box score. But when you watch the game, you see the whole picture. Like, Scoot actually plays off the ball a ton. Look at the usage rate leaders for Portland. Malcolm Brogdon handles the ball the most, followed by Jeremy Grant. Shaden Sharp's in there. It isn't all about Scoot like people thought it would be when they traded Dame. He is making cuts and spotting up. Drilled spot ups, both from the corner and from above the break. He is not perfect, but there is a lot to learn coming into the league, and he doesn't look out of place. He looks like he fits. I think Scoot just played in 0 pressure games for 2 years in the G League, and he's having a slow start as a rookie point guard. Scoot will be fine and is definitely not a bust. But Rookie of the Year is going to Chet Holmgren so far. Something going on with Wemby is making people seriously question Greg Popovich.